Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben, your go-to podcast for all things green and growing. I'm Ben, your allotment guide, and here to help you cultivate your garden and your passion for plants. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, this podcast is for you. Each episode will dig into tips, tricks and techniques to make your garden and allotment thrive. From planting, sowing and growing, we will share all the tips and advice. We will also have regular episodes talking about what we have been up to on the allotment. So sit back, grab a brew and enjoy today's episode. Hey everyone and welcome back to Gardening with Ben for another brand new episode. And I'm excited to say that our podcasts are going to be launching on YouTube over the next few days, so watch this space. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, welcome to Gardening with Ben. This is my podcast, what I put out on a daily basis, and usually they're out at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and you've got about 400 episodes to listen to, so good luck. But no, welcome to the channel if you're new. It's always good to see new people joining. And if you are new, click that follow button and click that bell button so that you get notified when new podcasts come up. Hopefully, we'll get up to 1,000 subscribers on Spotify soon. We're about 700. So if you've not followed me, please do give me a follow. So what are we talking about today? Today we're going to talk about gardening motivation. Now, I talked about this in one of my YouTube videos, what's going to be coming out as well soon, but I thought I'd talk about it on my podcast, as obviously a lot of you know that I have struggled with my mental health in the past, and I went to the doctor and they tried to prescribe me tablets and stuff like that. But at that time, I was talking to my martial arts coach, and he was saying, no, don't do the tablets, do exercise instead, which I found very helpful, and it helped a lot. And obviously, I was going to martial arts back then, but I used my garden as a place of escape, a place of where I can relax, where I can switch off, where I can turn off. And yeah, that's why I spend the whole weekend down there, really. And that's why I enjoy putting all these videos out for you to watch, all these podcasts out to listen to, because I know a lot of people get a lot of stuff from it, and the comments that people send me are really nice, genuine comments. I don't get no hatred whatsoever, and everybody is always supportive of what I do. And it's a fantastic community that I've got. I absolutely love it. And yeah, if you are listening to this podcast or watching one of my videos, just leave a comment, and it really does help with everything what I do, and it motivates me as well. And that is how, obviously, you need to keep your motivation when you're doing your gardening. It's hard to have motivation sometimes to go to the allotment, to go in your garden, especially if it's an awful day out there or something's gone wrong at the allotment, like everything's gotten eaten, or you've had a break-in at the allotment, or something that's put you off from going. It's hard to find that motivation to go back. And I never used to find that motivation during the winter months. Once my harvests had finished, end of September, beginning of October, I used to say, right, that's it, I'm not going back to the allotment now till January, February time. I've spent all year there, and it's been hard work, but that's it, I'm not going to be starting again until January, February time. And sometimes it's hard to get started again once you've not been doing it. And that is one of the reasons why I decided that a few years ago I would continue through the winter going to my allotment. I don't grow necessarily through the winter. Obviously, you know that I do grow garlic, I grow winter onions, broad beans, but yeah, I don't grow much through the winter period. I could grow loads of stuff in my polytunnel in the ground if I wanted to, but I don't want to grow stuff through the winter. It's not what I want to do. And what I want to do down at the allotment is all my maintenance work and tidying and prepping ready for next year, as that's what excites me over the winter period. Obviously, I've spent all year doing all the growing and everything like that. I want to switch off from that, and I like to prep and do handiwork, do some building, even though I'm absolutely rubbish at building. You all know I'm rubbish at building. I put a shelf up and it'll fall down in a few weeks' time. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I love DIY, but I'm rubbish at it. Never hire me to build a shed because it'll fall down. Trust me. I can't even put a fence up without that falling down. But yeah, I love winter time down at the allotment now. It's absolutely fantastic, and I'm eager to go down all the time. And I'm always eager to go down when it rains as well. When it's absolutely chucking it down, I'll still be at the allotment, trust me. And if I'm not, you need to be messaging me saying, Ben, why aren't you at the allotment taking pictures and doing posts and stuff like that? But yeah, I'll always go down at the winter now. And one thing obviously that I do when I go to the allotment is I make a list of jobs that I need to do. Obviously, you'll find jobs while you're there to do, but I write down a few jobs which I need to do for that weekend. And obviously, during the winter months, it's about getting it all perfect, ready for next year, which is a big task in itself. But the quicker I get it done, and the quicker then I can relax over winter, if only. But yeah, I write all the jobs down. I don't give myself too many jobs each weekend, just a few jobs so that I know that I can complete them. And I tick them off as I've got them done. And like I talked about, next weekend is I'm going to be sorting out my fruit trees, cutting all the brambles back on that and sorting that area out. That's next week's task, which I know will last just for the weekend. I could probably do it in a day if I wanted to, but I'll make it last the weekend. I don't put too much pressure on myself. And I'll tick them off once I've done them. And then obviously during the winter month is when I do all my improvements in my shed. I wash all my pots down, I tidy it all up, I sweep up all the mess what I've made, I pick up all the rubbish what I've left, because like I say, I'm not a clean and tidy gardener. If I were a clean and tidy gardener, I wouldn't have no jobs to do in winter. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't be going to the allotment if I were a clean and tidy gardener. But yeah, we love to keep ourselves motivated throughout the winter period. And that's why another thing what I enjoy doing is doing these blogs and videos for you. Because doing the videos and the photos and everything like that and talking about it, I can see the improvement from the plot week on week. Obviously, you can as well, so you're following my journey. But you can see that I've progressed every week and I'm doing a little bit more and it's looking a little bit better. And one of the things what I might do next year, if you all want to join in, I don't know if you want to join in or not, I'm going to stand in the same spot every single week and take a photo and just show it what it looks like every week for 52 weeks and just see the progression throughout the year and through to the winter, which I think could be what would make quite a good video, really. You know, when like they merge into one another and you can just see the change. That would be a good little video to do. Not that I know how to make it. It's hard enough making the videos as it is. But yeah, that is one other way that I keep myself motivated, obviously doing all these photos. And I've got to say as well, all you guys and girls that are listening to this, you all motivate me into keeping gardening and keeping going throughout the year. It's good to share with one another how well we're all doing and getting involved on the garden and what we've been up to down at the garden. And that's why I love it when people do comment on my posts on Facebook and Instagram saying what they've been up to, what they've done at the allotment. I know I may not reply to them all, but I do read them. If I replied to all the comments, that'd be a day and a job in itself. But yeah, I do read all the comments and it's fantastic to see what other people are doing down in the gardens and the allotment, and it's about encouraging one another. And the next time you go out to see a friend or go out for a coffee or something like that, just chat to someone about your garden, about what you've been doing in your garden or allotment, or tell them what produce or flowers have grown really well and what you'd like to do next year down at the allotment. And it it encourages you as well, talking about it to other people. It gives you that warm sense of feeling and encouragement into doing more. So if you are lacking motivation for your garden and allotment, do get in touch with me. I'm always here to chat. I'll always reply to people's messages. You can message me through Instagram. I'm available to message through Instagram. Just search for Gardening with Ben. Give me a follow and you should be able to message me. Hopefully, you should be able to message me. It's always good to hear from people. And I'd love to hear about what you've been getting up to in your allotment tips and advice, as we're always learning. And that's another thing, is that if somebody says, "Oh, I did this and it was really successful," like that'll give you that little bit of boost, and you'll think, "Oh, I'm going to give that a try next year." A bit like what my neighbour did with his carrots on his allotment. He was a first-year gardener, and he grew some fantastic carrots, and I've been trying for 16 years. Don't let it dishearten you. Let it encourage you into doing more and more good things down at the plot. I never get disheartened if something fails and it does absolutely rubbish. I'm just like, fair enough, I'll try it again next year. But yeah, don't let anything put you off in gardening. Use it as a encouragement into trying again and doing it. Keep doing it until you get something out of it. And I hope you found this podcast useful today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about another topic, so make sure you come back for tomorrow's episode. I'm loving doing these podcasts on a daily basis again now, and I hope that you're all enjoying them. I'm getting certainly a lot of downloads every day, about 120 downloads a day, which is fantastic. We're growing every single day, and like I say, they're going to be out on YouTube as well soon, these podcasts, so you'll be able to listen to them on there as well if you are a YouTuber. So until next time, everyone, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Gardening with Ben. I hope you have found some useful tips and inspiration for your own gardening and allotment journey. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a new episode. And if you have a moment, I'd love for you to leave a review and share the podcast with fellow gardening enthusiasts. Your support helps us grow this community and continue bringing you great content. You can also follow us on social media on every platform called Gardening with Ben for daily gardening tips and updates. Happy gardening, and until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben.